Aloha and welcome to Lucy's Paradise podcast. Today is an interesting episode. First of all, before I start, I just want to thank everybody for subscribing. So, thank you for liking, commenting, those that do, subscribing to the channel, watching regularly. I'm super, super excited about that. To be able to have this channel is something that I'm very passionate about and have people that actually watch the channel. I'm very appreciative. I really can't say that enough. I often run into people that tell me that they suggested my channel to somebody or something, and that the person that they suggested it to actually loved a lot of my videos. And I appreciate that because, and I think early as a creator, I'm not really going to get as much feedback in terms of comments and stuff in the very beginning. Most people comment on stuff that they like, or I guess stuff that they like really dislike. But I haven't had too much either way. But I love the feedback. I love the comments. And it doesn't, I mean, even if it's not the most positive. Anyway, this is an episode that's basically Lucy rambles. So if I didn't just give you a total indicator of that, now you know. That's what today's episode really is. And the first thing I also want to do is, if you watch my videos and you don't yet subscribe, I would really, really, really like to ask you to please do that. That allows me to create more videos, do more podcast parties, be able to do more giveaways, things like that. Obviously, in the beginning of the year, I became monetized, for those of you that already watch my channel and already know or already have heard the news. So now I'm excited about that. Obviously, it takes time and consistency and really all of you to be able to like and subscribe to the channel. That will help with monetizing, right? Monetization. Basically all the views, every time you like or share, it all matters. So thank you for those of you that are already subscribed, and for those that are just stumbled upon my channel recently and you're on the fence about subscribing, please check out some of my older videos. My content is definitely evolving a little bit, changing slowly, always, trying to do things also for the better. Really also trying to just stay super genuine with my content, like doing stuff that I'm passionate about talking about, or passionate about who I'm passionate or friends with, get along with, who I'm excited to interview, things like that. So, sorry, I thought I had enough coffee today, but I guess I really didn't. But I'm in luck because I still have iced coffee left. To assist me in this episode of rambling, and there's so many different random things like throughout the weeks that come to my mind, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about that, and I'll try to be good about posting these. Writing down these ideas kind of in like my notes, and then I'll go back to it. Kind of like when I want to be creative, I want to create something about this and something about that. And right now is a weird time because we have so much going on right now. This specific weekend, I want to put this video out today. We have the season premiere of season 3, Euphoria, coming out literally tonight, I think, technically. Tomorrow, Sunday. I got to read the email again. But I'm ready. I'm so ready. I even watched the first 2 seasons all over again twice. I'm ready. I'm excited about it, and I'd love to dedicate a whole episode to that once that premieres. But I am a Euphoria fan, so I'm excited about that. That's happening at the same time Coachella is happening. We have weekend 1 happening right now this weekend, and then we have weekend 2 the following weekend. And I have FOMO pretty much like everybody else because I had intended on actually going. I think you guys saw a podcast I did with my friend Gordon, and we discussed the possibility of going this year. And I really thought it was going to be, it's so funny how like you change your mind about things. And I wanted to be the first time I ever went to Coachella to be, because Justin Bieber was back, baby, I was excited, but I think I made more of a financial decision to maybe pass on it, only because I also have other things coming up. And I do have the FOMO like everybody else. I do. I really do have the FOMO. I would have loved to create some content there. Apparently, like they're calling it the influencers Olympics or something is what it's being coined, which I think is hilarious. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never gone to Coachella, and the only reason I would have wanted to go this particular year is just I think in the past when like Coachella was happening, I don't really think I like really knew about it. I don't think because I definitely lived closer. Like obviously I live in Hawaii now, so I live farther away from Coachella than ever before. But Justin Bieber was really my only legitimate inspiration. I know he's not the only artist, but he was my legitimate inspiration of going. So now you know, but I'm not going. I'm here in Hawaii. And there's a meme that I just want to show you guys real fast. And I don't know, should I go live more, you guys? I don't really know. Where's the meme? I think I posted it. Yeah, here it goes. Everyone at Coachella this weekend turning up. Me at Homechella, like. That's literally me. This is another. This guy's funny. He's a funny influencer if you haven't seen his stuff on Instagram. It's underscore Jason Tony with 3 Y's at the end. He's funny. He always does like psycho girlfriend stuff. I love it. I just so love it. It's so fun. It's so like toxic, but it's funny as hell, dude. Like that's the only time toxic is good is when you're just being funny about it. But I love him as a creator. But anyway, long story short, yeah, this whole episode is just gonna be me rambling about random things. So if you'd rather talk about some other topic, there's probably a video about something else. And I will likely do a video about Euphoria. I have a lot of exciting things coming up in terms of content too. Recently had asked Alexis Monet to start co-hosting episodes with me. I think you guys have seen her. She's come on quite a lot. And I just think she's, just the bottom line is she's just a fun person to make content with. We're friends in real life. We were kind of friends over the internet, not too much. We just like had a mutual friend, and then I ended up meeting her in person at TwitchCon a few years ago, and we've just been friends ever since. And she always has a good vibe. So yeah, I asked her to do that. We're supposed to film tomorrow, so we have some stuff in the works. And I'm excited about it because, again, she's a friend of mine, fun person to make content with. So that will be coming out soon. You guys will be able to see stuff that her and I do, topics that we discuss kind of more in depth, different topics and stuff. And as those episodes come out, because ideally I come out with a video every Friday, during the week I'll kind of tease to whatever video that's coming up. And then on Friday, you'll see the video that I release. So today, there won't be as much teasers. Probably the whole rest of this week, I'll just tease this video that I just made about me rambling about stuff, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm excited about that. More content with Alexis. If you are a content creator in Hawaii or somebody who has a business out here, or maybe you're a podcaster in another state or something, and you want to collaborate, I'm always open to collaborations. Yeah, please reach out. I'm Lucy in the Gym with Weights on Instagram. I'm still working on my website. Long story with that, but such a long story. Oh my God. I don't even want to talk about it on here because I don't want to talk negatively about anybody. I try to keep my content, I don't know if you guys notice, I try to keep it pretty positive as possible. And that can be difficult, especially when I'm talking about things that are going on in the world. So besides Coachella and Euphoria and the Olympics coming to Los Angeles and all these really fun and exciting things, there's also like a crazy war going on right now, which is just, I know, dampering everybody's mood and whatever else. And there's more on that too. There's a whole video that I might kind of react to. I'm going to see. I'm not stoked to ever become like a reaction YouTuber, but I do like to be able to show things that I find interesting and discuss it. There is a YouTuber called Kavos. He talks about all kinds of topics, and I love his content. I'm just gonna say I love his content. He like kind of reports and basically reports on like other streamers and stuff. So I do really like that dude. But also in trying to make my content positive and stay positive, I try really hard to avoid talking about people, because I think that that's a little beneath me in the phase of my life that I'm in. I would rather not talk about people. I would rather talk about ideas. So ideas of content ideas of creation, ideas of things to do, adventures, things like that. Not really wanting to talk about people. I'm not a huge gossiper. I know there's a lot of funny memes and stuff online about like the tea, give me the tea, and I'm definitely a tea sharer to some degree, but in terms of my content, I try to create interesting conversations, make people think, educate them on certain topics or whatever. So just wait, because I have a Epstein video coming out very, very soon that I'm still working on. I'm doing very deep research on this for you guys, and I don't want to give any of it away. But just please wait on that. I know there are some like really interesting, crazy things in the world, and you guys are like, Lucy doesn't even talk about this probably. And I don't want to get super sucked into making my content like super political either. And that can be tough because, let's just be real, politics kind of exists everywhere in the world. So it's also tough because then it's like, okay, what kind of creator do I want to be? So whatever. But my main thing is I just try to make that the main trend, is having the positive theme for sure. So if you guys are listening to my videos and you are at the gym or you are cleaning or hanging out at home, you can feel confident that you can play one of my videos and I can discuss something and it's going to be majority, no matter what I'm talking about, it's going to be majority positive. So whether I do bring up something that's such a heavy thing like the war, you can be rest assured that at least there are other things in the video that it'll always end on a positive note. And I know that something like this can be very scary for people, and that's legitimate. I mean, of course. And there are people that, don't agree with war happening and don't care about war happening and things like that. And for people that are very empathetic people, I mean, this really can affect your day-to-day life. I mean, I have to limit myself watching the news, to be honest, because the more I hear about negative things happening, not just in my community, but just out in the world, it really impacts me. And I think it impacts a lot of people, and it has been impacting a lot of people. And I can see that a lot of people are just, oh my gosh, needing an escape. So anyway, with all of these things going on, good and bad, I just want to inspire you guys not to take on the burdens of the world and to keep putting out that positive energy. And hopefully gas prices will go down soon and this war will be over. Anyway, on a lighter note, I do want to talk about some things that I love. And obviously you guys know that I love shows and Netflix, and maybe I watch a little too much TV, who knows. But I use the excuse that it's for research, and sometimes I really get away with that. Because is it for research? It could be. But there's actually one thing that I did watch recently, and it got me, and I'm actually excited about it because it really inspired me to get back into chess. And the way that this started, I don't know if you guys remember me talking with, and I love how with my content, you guys can kind of see how I evolve as well. But I had a video with Faith, which we should be shooting another one tomorrow as well. I'm excited about that. And Faith and I talked about Gen Z versus millennials, and we talked about looks maxing and what that means and what that is. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, go back and look at that video. It came out a couple weeks ago. And Faith is a good friend of mine, but she's like, 11 years younger than me. So obviously she's a Gen Zer. And it was great because we got to talk about all kinds of different stuff and kind of comparing Gen Z and millennial, and it's so great that me and her are in obviously two different generations and we still get along great. So, but anyway, she's also a very fun person, and So yeah, if you want to know kind of more about that, that is a good video to kind of caveat what I'm about to say now. But in this whole learning, and this is all new to me as a millennial, learning all these newer terms that I don't know what look maxing is or what any of this is, but realizing that in healing and putting myself first and focusing on, I love taking care of myself. I realize that like looks maxing is kind of like that, a little more vain as it like is presented. I feel like it's a little more like a vanity aspect, because when you're looks maxing, you're like so focused on looks. And then, there's another creator that talks about that more in depth, Clavicular, who talks about like, his beliefs behind why he does that. And he's like a big streamer and all that. Anyway, aside from that, I just realized like there are things within the looks maxing that people do that also tie into self-care and holistic health, fitness, and self-care. These are like really crucial themes that I've always brought together in terms of my fitness training. So yeah, I don't know, we're going to kind of go back into like my history a little bit, and again, this is just a rambling episode, so that's just what you guys get with this one. But I've been a competitive athlete for a long time. I was in the military. I did almost 7 years in the military. I realized a couple weeks ago, and I was looking at my DD-214, that I was so close to 7 years, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna stop saying 6 years. I'm gonna start saying 7, almost 7. Like almost 7 just sounds better than like 6 and some change, And it was like 6 years and 9 months. 6 years, 9 months, and I forget the days, like 13 days or something like that. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But my point is, I was always doing stuff for fitness, not necessarily out of love for fitness. I think I had to like grow a love for certain things in the fitness world. So in high school, I played a lot of sports. I played hockey. I played varsity basketball. I played varsity softball. I never really got into like jujitsu and stuff like that until older. I was older. I was probably like 34, I think, when I started jujitsu. So it's like a couple years ago. So that's newer. That's a newer sport for me, is jujitsu. Hockey, I played for over like 10 years. So I recently got back into hockey. I kind of got injured last season, so I've kind of taken a break, which sucks, because the hardest thing about fitness and physical fitness and being fit, the hardest thing is resting. When you are somebody that your chemical imbalance or your brain or whatever needs fitness to literally be in a good mood, it's hard to have a rest day. It's hard to have a rest day because I like almost need that fitness endorphins to like just be in a good mood. Not necessarily. I think a lot of the days you choose if you're going to be happy or not. And that's a whole nother thing too. And I'm not going to get into anything spiritual today. Maybe I could another podcast, but fitness, holistic, all of that's always been kind of intertwined in the things that I try to talk about in terms of fitness. Because, a lot of people watch my content and they're like, wow, that's amazing. You do Spartan races and you do this and all these competitions. But they're like, but I have this injury and I have this medical thing. And, so it's, even though they like some of my stuff, it can be tough. But that other side of it, being able to heal when you are hurt and rest when it's appropriate to rest, it is just as important as going to the gym and doing this whole crazy full body workout. Rest is great. Rest and recovery. Anyway, so when I think about like longevity and living forever, I think of a few things besides the oldest people in the world live in Japan. And the things that they equate to longevity are being flexible, eating sweet potatoes, weirdly enough, and kind of having like balance, some sort of balance in life. Like we're always chasing balance, aren't we? Like, aren't we always chasing balance? Like it's like a constant thing. Anyway, what do you guys think about this ramble so far? So I've been injured, and that sucks for me sometimes. Oh, also, I meant to talk about this. So see how I have these headphones on and I need headphones sometimes to do podcasts? I get really extremely, extremely horrible migraines. And I remember years ago, a friend telling me she got migraines and I was like, oh, damn, that sucks. dude, now I get them hella bad. Hella bad. I was talking when I first got like a new job after I got out of the military. I was missing work because I mean, there was nothing I could do. I mean, there was no neck stretch. There was nothing I could do to get rid of this migraine. It wasn't from dehydration. I was chugging water. It was insane. I was like, what is going on? So anyway, anything on my head for a long period of time, like this, I might have headphones on for like an hour or two, right? So not as bad, but I try to minimize how much I have headphones on also. But because I get such extreme headaches, guys, sometimes it's hard for me to make content because these headaches and stuff will make me just extremely depressed. I don't know if you guys realized also, we've had 3 storms now in Hawaii. 2 of them were super bad. This last one is happening right now, apparently. I don't think it was that bad. I honestly haven't seen anything that said, besides, I know one community had to be evacuated, but we've had some pretty bad weather. So like when it's not sunny too, it affects my mental health. There's a lot that goes into that. Anyway, so I had really bad migraines last weekend, I think it was, and I mean, I can't even get out of bed half the time. And so yeah, it's tough. That's something I have to deal with, and I deal with in terms of doing fun stuff like making content or whatever. But anyway, I'm not trying to make this like a sad pity party but migraines suck. Like those of you that are dealing with that, you are not alone. It so sucks. I don't know what to tell you. The VA now is like giving me free massage and chiropractor, but man, they only give me like 30-minute massages, and it is not enough. Like my body is screwed up. So yeah, I mean, even though I'm active and stuff like that, I really try to prioritize stretching. I need to get back into yoga, all of that stuff. Longevity of life. I think it's much more important to rest. You guys, when was the last time you rested? And it does help if you have a job or you work in an industry that you enjoy, because even though you get tired at the end of the day, at least you have a job that you enjoy. And if your job is physical and you have a lot of physical labor involved in your job, that can be very taxing. It can be very taxing. So I'm thankful that despite all of, me being injured and all these things I have wrong with me, that my body's still going, and I'm doing pretty okay. But the migraines have really been getting to me because it makes me hella depressed. And then I'm just like not motivated, even though I want to do content. I want to do a video. Sometimes I'm just like not motivated. So what would help me from you guys to stay motivated is if you think of like something cool you think I could make a video about. I mean, I'd love the ideas. Let me know. Comment in any of the videos. If you see a video and you maybe liked a guest that I had on and you want me to have them on again, hey, say something, because I might be able to have that opportunity. Maybe I didn't think that people liked that video. Maybe it didn't have a lot of views or something. I'm trying not to always curate my content based on the views, but obviously there's a little bit of that I do have to pay attention to, because as a content creator, I mean, that's the point, right? The point is to get views. Like I'm not going to just have hella boring people on. You're never going to watch it, right? 1 view, that's not good. So there's also a balance with that, is I'm trying to stay genuine with my content and what I want to present. But I also want, if my audience wants to see somebody else on, I want to do that. So let me know, because that's the only way I'm going to know. And please like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I'll release a video every Friday. Also, you guys, I don't really talk about this a ton, but I actually do have merch. I don't talk about this a ton, like I said, but if you go to streamlabs.com/LucyInTheGym/merch, that's where my merch is. And I'll put it in the video, the description of this video, so you guys can go check it out. And it's just some fun merch that I've made over the years, and I don't post it enough, so people like forget. But then once in a while, like people will buy a bunch of stuff, and I like remember, oh yeah, I have merch, I forget. But hey, that really also helps. That helps me as a content creator continue to make content. Every dollar helps. If I have to pay for Streamlabs or pay for a new mic or whatever, I appreciate it. I'm kind of trying to avoid making like a Patreon only because, which I don't even know if I do that, but and I have seen that. I didn't even know that existed for a very long time, but I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. If you know anything about Patreon, maybe I should be doing it. Anyway, all right. This is something I want to show you guys because I kind of want to laugh at it, and I want you to laugh with this or laugh at this with me. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit about me, what I like to do to relax. Besides chess, I really got back into chess. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. I was gonna mention the documentary on chess. There's a documentary about chess that you guys should watch. I'm not going to do a whole video about it. I'm just going to mention it to you. Documentary. And it's on Netflix. And it basically talks about Carlsen Niemann. He's a top chess guy, as well as Magnus Carlsen, who's like the world's top player right now. But very interesting video. I'm totally hooked back on chess because of it. Oh yeah, and with the see, I totally forgot my train of thoughts. What I was talking about with this whole looks maxing thing too, as well as like the fitness, is besides just focusing on fitness, I'm trying to focus on making my mind sharper. So like I'm not just trying to be better physically, I'm trying to be better mentally and like challenging my brain more than ever before. It's like obviously I just finished college, which was really, really interesting. So I'm graduating in May. But aside from that, so now I'll have my bachelor's degree finally. It took me my whole life. But what was I gonna say about that? I taught myself how to do Sudoku puzzles, which I never thought I could ever do before. I was never like a numbers person, but I guess I am. So that was a lie. So don't believe everything you tell yourself. Like you could be like in your own way of like learning something or like success. But yeah, besides that, just doing things to like improve my IQ. There's a whole bunch of things. There's actually I did a whole IQ test, and it shows you like all these things you could do. Chess is probably like up there too, and it just continuing my cognitive ability. I think as you get older too, you should do that. I urge any elderly or not even elderly, like older adult type person, I know a lot of them in the world, to like keep doing stuff that makes you think. Keep using your brain, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. And it's the same, it goes the same for your body and your muscles. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So yeah, don't lose it. Don't lose your brain. Don't lose your mind. But aside from watching this documentary that I really liked, I like to, and I compare it to like people that watch Friends or Seinfeld, like they kind of like watch in the background or whatever. And I have a show like that, but it's Lucifer. It's a Lucifer show on Netflix. And this is like my deepest, darkest secret that nobody can know. But now you guys know. I love this show. I'm not, if you know me, I am not into anything satanic. So like the fact that I really like this show could be surprising, but it's just so funny. However, there was an episode I watched recently that really made me cringe. And I want to show you guys this, and I kind of want to talk about this because I was like, wait, what? So give me 2 seconds to put this up because I definitely want to show you guys this. All right. This is a scene in Lucifer. Okay. And I'm such a psycho. When I watched this, I was like, I have to talk about this in a video because this is like so unrealistic. This is Lucifer season 5, episode 2. So if you've never watched Lucifer, I'm sorry. This isn't really ruin. I mean, I guess this is ruining the end of this episode, but and ironically enough, this particular scene, when I clicked on it, it's at 4444. So angel number for you. But this is a scene, and just watch this scene, and I'm gonna talk about this.
She got impatient and now she's dead.
Why didn't you tell us this earlier?
Do you know Anders Brody? His reputation means everything to him. I thought he'd come after me next.
It's a clever ruse, but it won't work. All the evidence points to you.
What evidence? What are you talking about?
You're the only person with access to mission control, video surveillance. You owned a spacesuit for the Red One Mars project. The cameras captured a reflection
it gets
of your
better.
suit heading towards the dome just seconds before the cameras were wiped.
Hazard a guess that this tacky rug is sheepskin and matches a hair found at the crime scene.
I love this show, dude. I so love this show. Wait, it gets worse, guys. Wait.
You're right. I'll go with you.
Sam's lying. He didn't do it. I killed Judy.
Drop the knife, Mandy.
No, I don't want to hurt anyone else. It's just, I brought it as proof it's the murder weapon.
I just brought the murder weapon.
You weren't the only ones breaking the no fraternizing at work rule.
I don't understand. You took my suit and you killed Judy. Why?
I thought you were in love with her. I mean, you were sneaking around and...
Oh my god, is this not like, dude? Real serial killers do not just be like, all right, I did it. You got me, bro. It's just the murder weapon, bro. Okay, guys, ready? It gets way worse. Watch this. Like how awkward. This is. Oh my god, this is so gay. Watch. I can say that.
And
watch.
Hiding things, and then I caught you on the phone with her whispering.
No, I was working with her to expose Brody. The whole Mars project is fake.
What?
What?
Why didn't you say anything?
Because I was trying to keep you safe.
You know, when you went away on that first project, I waited for you. You were gone for so long.
Oh
when you came back, you were so different. I thought you didn't love me anymore.
I think so bad.
It doesn't matter where I am. Here, the moon, Mars, it does not matter. There is nothing that will change the way that I feel about you.
Even if I'm in prison?
Nothing.
Oh my god. Isn't this the most awkward shit ever? So yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I wanted to share that. I thought it was funny. There's a little snip for you guys. I'll probably react to some videos soon. We will see. Thank you guys for following me on this rambling journey today. I have a bunch of really awesome videos coming up real soon for you. So stay tuned. And thank you guys so much for watching Lucy's Paradise podcast. Please like and subscribe. And aloha.